Hey, it's your boy, Smokey, back at it again. I got a story time for you. In advance, Mom, Pa, I'd like to say I'm sorry about this, but back to the main point. Basically, I woke up late at like 12 p.m. because I went to bed like 6. And when I wake up, I call my homegirl E, and we're talking for a while, but eventually she goes back to sleep. And when she does, I get on Team Fortress 2. I get in a match with a cool few folks, and we play for a while. I don't even read queue for different matches because I thought they were cool. On the enemy team, there was a player named Jax Gaming. We had this bit going back and forth where it'd be like, I hate you and fuck you, but it was all in good fashion. I left the match, but the guy friends me. So we talk on Steam for a good long time, talking about deep conversations like our past and trauma. Honestly, I kept most things to myself except how much I love my family. I mean, I don't really out that kind of stuff. Anyways, I get tired of sitting at my desk and I ask for a Discord. It was a guy who transitioned into a girl. I'll hate, but I hate the correct way. And when I got the Discord, I laid in bed and texted her. And it's just in my nature. I make fun of her for having a small schlong, being old and being short. But later on, she admits she gets turned on. And this whole time, I was thinking about how I could get her items. Thought about trading my Max's severed head for her stuff because she needed it, because she wanted it for Jack's loadout. But then it clicked to me like a light bulb, right? A traumatized, trans, mentally ill person who is a pedophile was admitting that she liked my words, right? So, might have done the wrong thing, but I exploited it and leaned into it because she asked for more. Eventually, my homegirl E wakes up again, and I call her, and I'm talking in dirty ways to this girl Jax, which I wish I wouldn't had to. I wish I could have kept my dignity. Whole time, I'm mocking this girl because she's into it, and she's like jerking off to my messages and talking about me in perverted ways. And if homegirl E wasn't there to keep my mental up, I don't think I could do it, honestly. Eventually, I tell her I'll do some really inappropriate things which he wanted, which played into his fetishes really bad. And I lied that if she did it and proved her loyalty, she would have to prove her loyalty by giving me all her TF2 items, like all her expensive ones, as quote-unquote collateral. And I promised I'd give them back. And she was like, hey, can I keep my scatter gun? It's really important to me. And I was like, no, it'll be fine. I'll give it back. I promise. And, you know, sometimes I would look at the chats and I would feel genuine, like, sympathy. Not in like a good way, but in a way where it's like, God, you are so pathetic. How could someone end up at rock bottom? I didn't know rock bottom had a bottom, but I found it. And it's that. It's looking like this. Alright? And if you're like, Hunter, if you're like, Smokey, you're such a bad person for manipulating and using someone like that when they're at their most vulnerable, I'd say, yes, you are correct. You are right. You shouldn't use people like that. But he knew damn well what she was doing. Let's read some of these tamer chats. At the start, he said, quote unquote, it isn't just it is just shouldn't feel this good with someone younger, taller, bigger, but it does. And after that, she said, I want you to humiliate me like you were earlier, making fun of me for being an older loser with a small dick. Right, I didn't even say that. Or, well, I did say that, but I said that in a fucking mean way, obviously. And then lastly, I'll keep it going. It feels too good when you tease me and talk to me like that. But lastly, this isn't even the close to worst thing. Like, I heard some very vile things and saw some very vile things, which I've lost my dignity for, and it really bums me out. But it was worth the $350. But with the tamer stuff that I can put on YouTube is I am edging to keep jerking off to your giant little boy dick. I don't last that long at all, so I edge to keep going, and God, I don't want to stop. Seriously. That was genuinely just the tip of like hours and hours of conversations of just trying to get these TF2 items. And I wasn't the first victim, and I'm certainly not going to be the last, so I don't feel bad for a fucking second what I did to that monster. In fact, I wish I could have done more. I got all those items, blocked her immediately. Fuck pedophiles, honestly. Use them, manipulate them. No matter what, you know, political party or race or religion. We can all agree, pedophiles, they're not equal humans. Right? They don't deserve to be treated equally. But I got an Australian scattergun, a Australian flamethrower, an Australian minigun, and the Burly Beast cosmetic. All totaling up to a whopping massive $359 or $51.28. I lost my dignity, but I made bank, right? That's the end of the story time. God bless you. Tell your mother you love her. And have a blessed day. I'm out.